So, what is this all about? The new podcast, the Instagram channel, the Facebook group, all this stuff is going to be for men to help them get unstuck mentally, physically, and emotionally so they can do life better. Now, what does that mean in everyday terms? I just want to help men help themselves, right? As a man, one of the things that usually happens is you don't get help because you're somehow supposed to know it all or have it all figured out. Now, I'm going to give you a secret that most men won't tell you. Most men don't know what they're doing, right? Including me, right? We're basically figuring this stuff out day by day, month by month, week by week. What we want to do is create a community through workshops, through online groups, eventually through retreats to get men together to have a space where they can discuss, they can learn, they can be challenged, they can vent, they can cry. It sounds like a lot, but it starts off really, really small with us just sharing this message of vulnerability, sharing this message of being transparent of there's certain things I don't know. There's certain things I want to get better and I don't think I have the ability to get better at those things. There's career switches I want to make and I don't know how to do that. We want to be able to have a space for men to do that. We also want to be able to allow younger men to have that ahead of time. What we usually see in society is young men will follow an older guy or what we would call an OG, but the OG is messed up. So he's following like the tactics and the strategies of an OG who's telling him, men don't cry, men don't open up, just be who you are. That's not what we want. We want younger men to be able to talk about their emotions, to be able to have strategies for their lives, to be able to be mentally stable, to be able to get around mental blocks and barriers. And it's going to happen. So this launch of this podcast is a way for me to bring on men eventually to interview, but more so just to give information about things that men usually won't talk to out loud. One of the most sacred, toxic places is usually a barbershop. Why? Because you talk about everything and anything, but there's usually nothing you leave with that helps you for the next thing, right? They're usually telling you, just go ahead and leave your baby moms, leave your girlfriend, do these things, do that things. They're listening, they're helping, or they think they're helping, and it's not information that you can go and maybe do life better with. We will be that. This podcast will be an avenue to help men get unstuck mentally, physically, and emotionally. Our groups that we do, those will be a way for men to go deeper into what they want to see change in their own lives. Like there's things I do not know. For instance, right? Me doing this podcast. Do I know how to speak on a mic? Yes. Do I know how to run a camera? Barely, right? So I've had to solicit help with this, right? Is that easy at times? No, because you want to feel that you can do it all. But enough with that. Like we're done with trying to do things on our own, by ourselves. It's time for us as men to get unstuck. If you're watching this podcast or listening to it and you're a woman, this is really, really good for you so you could understand the changes and transitions of your man. All right, when he's sad and he's saying he's okay, he's not okay. He's just not looking for 80,000 solutions from you at that moment, but he's not okay. If you have a young son or a brother or an uncle, good time to learn about what's going on inside of that man's head. And by doing so, you'll realize that when men get unstuck and when men heal, this earth will be better. The world will be better. Your house will be better. Our neighborhoods, our towns, our cities will be better. And that's why we're doing this.